My name is Anett-Patrice van York. I'm a press photographer and an investigative journalist, and I'm a German citizen. And this is my testimony about the dangerous, dubious people who frequent Monaco and about their flying monkeys, their brainwashed, dangerous helpers. These dubious people support Monaco's mafia's criminal actions, the most dangerous mafia on this planet that severely persecutes truthful journalists and truth-tellers who tell the absolute truth about Monaco's ongoing police violence and about Monaco's severe government and justice system corruption. In my very last statement on Monaco Media on December 13, 2020, regarding my serious Monaco abuse case, I said that it will be probably my last statement about the ongoing Monaco abuse against my persona, because I wanted to turn the page and because I wanted to heal. But unfortunately, this is not possible, because I have a serious, dangerous stalker on my back chasing me now for 5 long years. A dangerous informant of Monaco, his stage name is Alexander Sandvoss. He works as a press photographer for these pseudo-press websites Mandoga Media and Rivieraseasons. Sandvoss is a very weird-looking man with severe psychological problems. He's an immigrant from Iran who lives in Menton, France, and he also has an address in Weil am Rhein, near Freiburg, Germany. And he often frequents Monaco. He acts together with his girlfriend Evelyn Kilp, another weird-looking entity with severe mental problems. This weirdo Kilp even attacked me already physically in Monaco before. Sandvoss and Kilp incite for years and years now all kinds of people against me with numerous false statements and false accusations. A few months ago, Sandvoss teamed up against me with a non-educated, low IQ peasant, a listed finance fraudster, and a listed sex offender from Germany called Thomas Graeber, from the dubious finance group Teles Finanz. Together with Graeber's accomplice Sabrina Wagner from the company Kurt Huth in Germany, Wagner insulted already several times innocent journalists. I don't even want to repeat these ongoing lies about me that this criminal Sandvoss, Kilp, and Graeber Wagner gang invent against me all the time. Some of them are so dumb, only low-class criminals can come up with such nonsense. Numerous police reports and court reports were filed against this dangerous Sandvoss, Kilp, and Graeber Wagner gang. Numerous victims came forward. Again, Sandvoss is a pseudo-press photographer for his own website Mandoga Media, and he also maintains this pseudo-press website Rivieraseasons together with a certain German Alexander Schumann. Sandvoss is not working for the prestigious DPA, Deutsche Presseagentur, German press agency, as he claims. I verified everything, and all my statements here are based on proof and verified facts. From 2013 to 2020, I was living on the French Riviera on the Monaco border, and I was active there as a press photographer. I was registered with Monaco's government, and I was accredited with the palace. I was constantly present at the press conferences in the Ministry of State of Monaco with the Prime Minister and other high-profile politicians. I was present during a lot of daily state visits with Prince Albert of Monaco. I was invited to Prince Albert's 10-year reign anniversary. I was around Prince Albert and his entourage all the time. Little did I know that I was in the claws of the most dangerous mafia on this planet. Monaco's dangerous mafia consists of the extremely dangerous Russian mafia, the Italian and the Arabic mafia, and the dangerous Monegasque and French Freemasons, who go against all laws, against all human rights. They all sit in the highest positions: administration, health, police, justice. In December 2016, I organized a noble homage for the very ill former Prime Minister of Monaco, Michel, who's still very ill until today, and his case remains a dubious mystery, if you know what I mean, mafia. Monsieur Roger was a very sweet and competent and beloved man. While I organized the noble homage, I recognized all of a sudden that something wasn't right. I later found out that numerous dubious and numerous jealous people of Monaco went against me and tried to stop the homage for this severely ill man, and these criminals started to defame me everywhere in Monaco while I was only preparing a noble cause. After the homage, it became worse and worse, and Monaco started to severely persecute me. All of a sudden, I was severely beaten up by the severely aggressive Monaco police force when I did nothing wrong. And when I got over 40 severe injuries on my body, I knew immediately my life was in danger, and I contacted immediately Angela Merkel to help me. I then put my serious Monaco abuse case online together with the multiple photos of my numerous injuries to look for witnesses, because the corrupt Monaco police withheld the multiple CCTV recordings of the severe abuse incident, and they withheld an important witness list with the help of corrupt Bradley Mitten from the Viva Nova Club and Mitten Wines, who also frequents Monaco constantly. As soon as I put the photos of my numerous injuries online, the police in Nice, France, took them. I was even more persecuted. I cannot count anymore how many times I was illegally arrested then in Monaco, when I did nothing wrong, when I was only walking down the port, etc. When I was illegally arrested in Monaco for the first time, I was in shock, and I didn't know what was happening to me. And when this sick psychopath, Alexander Sandvoss, found out what they were doing to me, he started to help this mafia to persecute me even more. He started to incite all kinds of people against me with tons of lies to destroy my whole existence. Sandvoss and his girlfriend Kilp invented cases against me that never happened, to destroy constantly my excellent connections, my high-rank accreditations, my great events, my precise work, my good reputation, and I never did anything against Sandvoss. Sandvoss was always jealous about my press achievements. He told me that many times. He never had any high-rank accreditations that I always had, and it was obviously an opportunity for him to destroy me, and it was very likely his only possibility to show Monaco that he's worth, better to say, that he thinks he's worth at least something, because he was always treated like nothing before in Monaco by the people in charge. But that didn't change since. I always avoided him, and I was never friends with him. I found him too unpredictable and too weird, and his constant sick jealousy pulled the red flags out for me. Sandvoss decided to go on the wrong side of history, to destroy an innocent journalist instead of helping to defeat evil, just to make some mark with the dangerous mafia of Monaco, a sad, evil act of desperation of a non-achiever. We know today he's a dangerous informant of Monaco. Don't ever trust him, and don't ever believe what he's saying. He invents the most dubious stories against his victims. I have several signed witness letters against him and tons of documents. I had to file numerous police and court reports against him in Menton, Monaco, and Nice, France, and now also all over Germany. In Monaco, I was even severely threatened all of a sudden by the Monaco police. They threatened me while screaming at me aggressively, saying, if I don't shut up about my Monaco abuse case, they will lock me up forever. These aggressive threats did not stop me from using my rights to press freedom and my rights to freedom of speech, and I continued to report about my serious abuse case. Also corrupt Anne Eastwood, main commissar in the Haut Commissariat, High Commissariat, in Monaco, who's supposed to be the mediator between the victims and the corrupt, aggressive mafia authorities in Monaco, she tried to bribe me by saying, if I start to shut up about my abuse case, Monaco will start to get me some of my press accreditations back that were intentionally destroyed by Monaco's dangerous mafia after I made the serious abuse against me in Monaco public. I happily and immediately declined, because I will always stay true to myself, and I will always continue to stay on the right side of history, no matter how hard it is. Nobody can bribe me. Shame on you, corrupt fake and Anne Eastwood. Shame on you, pirate Prince Albert, who installed a special police force to severely persecute truth-tellers who report about the dangerous criminal activities against innocent people in Monaco, just trying to hide their evil Freemasons crimes. Also, my internet was constantly hacked, my phones were intercepted, I was followed, supervised, false cases were invented against me. It was a very dangerous and endless, unbearable smear campaign against me that never seemed to stop. At some point, I counted about 250 incidents against me. I filed numerous police and court reports in Monaco and France, but since the justice system is so corrupt there, I kept hanging in there just to collect all the important court papers needed for the European Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg, France. Once I was even kidnapped out of my own apartment on the French Riviera when I was only quietly hanging out with my sweet dog. At least 15 armed forces broke illegally and violently into my place with a silly and dangerous pretext. My dog was taken from me and then brutally murdered by them, and I was illegally put into solitary confinement, and because I was injected aggressively with dangerous drugs every day against my will, my whole body started to collapse, and I was then in a life-threatening condition at some point. Because they had to bring me then to a hospital nearby, I was able at some point to sneak out my information, my exact location and what was happening to me, to my government, with the help of the cell phone of some random patient. And my government saved me then after 2 long weeks. It was a pure nightmare. The mafia even illegally seized my apartment then afterwards and much more. Angela Merkel backed me up at all times. In 2017, after the first severe incidents, she sent a letter to Monaco's government that was never answered, of course. And she even sent a delegate over to Monaco for me, the now former Director of Justice of the German Embassy in Paris. My severe Monaco abuse case was then also transferred to a special protection office for Germans abroad who are in high danger in the German Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Angela Merkel ordered that. I became the victim of a severe political persecution in Monaco ordered by corrupt and evil pirate Prince Albert and his corrupt and evil Freemasons team. Even the lawyer of Albert, Thierry Lacoste, is an evil, corrupt entity. And Albert is best friends with Vladimir Putin, and he treats his citizens accordingly. Without the help of my government, I wouldn't have made it out of there alive. After all this endless physical and mental torture by Monaco, and after I had all my most important court documents together for the European Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg, I started packing in silencio. I avoided Monaco as much as I could. It was quiet for a while, but then all of a sudden, before Christmas in 2019, all of a sudden these illegal arrests against me started again in Monaco. They used face recognition with their CCTV on the streets, and each time I was all of a sudden surrounded by a bunch of aggressive and impertinent Monaco police officers. Each time they used the silly pretext of an ID check, and then they locked me up for hours and hours, although I did nothing wrong. All intended psychological terror. They even got physical again. After the first arrest shock in December 2019, I prepared myself and I informed each time before I had to go to Monaco 5 or 6 hardcore people worldwide, and I gave them an insider number and an insider email of my government in case I don't come home at a certain time, including my buddy Robert Ehringer. And my government had to be informed each time to get me out because they locked me up each time I went to Monaco, several times in a row, for no reason. Intended mafia psychoterror. I discussed all of these illegal arrests that happened to me all of a sudden again in Monaco with my buddy Robert Ehringer, a former detective of the FBI who was severely persecuted by corrupt pirate Prince Albert as well, because he was only telling the truth about these ongoing government crimes in Monaco. It was for sure also the connection that I had already since 2017 with Robert. My close connection to Robert was a thorn in pirate Prince Albert's eyes. But the same week, several articles were published by several websites about Prince Albert's connection with pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Because when I was illegally locked up, they asked me about several journalistic institutions who reported about it that I had nothing to do with. I knew who they were talking about, but none of them I ever met, nor was I ever working together with any of them. Monaco Media is not my side either, like this sick psychopath Sandvoss falsely and dangerously claims everywhere. When this serious abuse in Monaco against my persona started in late 2016 and then really exploded in 2017, an undercover informant in Monaco who stands on the right side of history like me, that I knew from going out and who saw my serious abuse case online, approached me and then sent me in an undercover way the now declassified documents of Robert Ehringer's severe abuse case of Monaco. I did not know Robert and Robert's case back then. It was June 2017, after my horrible over 40 Monaco police injuries and after my first illegal serious arrest. And Robert's case happened 10 plus years before my Monaco time. And I immediately studied these over 200 court documents with very intense eyes. And that's when I all of a sudden understood what was happening to me. Robert's evil case completely opened up my eyes. I was in the evil claws of an extremely dangerous mafia institution. Again, I was severely politically persecuted by evil pirate Prince Albert and his evil corrupt team because I said the truth about the severe ongoing police violence in Monaco and because I reported the truth about the corrupt Monaco government and about the corrupt justice system of Monaco, of which I'm a severe victim. I immediately tried to get in contact with Robert. It was a bit tricky to find his contact because his major website got smashed by Monaco's evil mafia. But eventually I found him. At first, he was very careful, like we all victims are now when people approach us. And many people, including incredible, extremely competent investigative journalists from all over the world, approached me when they saw my severe abuse case online. And I'm also in contact now with several Monaco abuse victims worldwide. But then Robert and we started talking, and I explained to Robert what happened to me. Today, 5 years later, we support each other in all kinds of ways. Robert is my buddy. After things got strange again for me in Monaco in December 2019, with several illegal arrests in 1 week, and my government had to get me out each time, it was then January 2020, I got an email from Angela Merkel because more dangerous information came in with the urgent advice to get out of Monaco and surroundings immediately, ASAP. I didn't hesitate to follow Angela Merkel's urgent plea, and I took a secret security flight out, leaving all my moving boxes behind in storage in the south of France. I then went down under for a few months. Nobody knew where I was except my government, until the borders reopened again during the new pandemic. And after I finally got all my belongings, I could finally out myself again, but not telling anybody where I reside for security reasons. My lawyer at that time in Monaco called Regis Bergonzi. All lawyers in Monaco are corrupt, and they are all bought by the evil mafia system. He tried to get me into Monaco's court in June 2020 to trick me, because I filed several new court reports before I left Monaco against Monaco's police force because of the 3 last illegal arrests in December 2019, but I smelled the coup. The lawyer could have easily represented me in court, but he refused to do so, and he tried to force me to be there for the scheduled court date. And I happily declined for severe security reasons. They didn't even know at that point that I was out of the area already. And this sick maniac and dangerous Alexander Sandvoss never stopped stalking and dangerously defaming me since with his helpers, with his dangerous, dumb, brainwashed flying monkeys. After I had to file several reports against Sandvoss with the police and several courts, he then tried to do victim blaming with me. He started to blame everything on me that he did to me since 2017. On top of that, he invented a bunch of weird stories against me. Again, I submitted several signed witness letters against Sandvoss to the police and to the courts, among other multiple documents. And since I arrived in Germany in 2020, he tries to hunt me down like a maniac everywhere, like a sick, obsessed, maniac psychopath, because my mailbox in France is shut down for a long time already, and he can't find me, because my address is protected by my government. All his weird speculations where I was born, where I really grew up, and where I live at the moment are all completely wrong. So much to a tight undercover security net. I arrived with my security flight in Germany on February 3rd, 2020. I went to my country to be finally in safety and to heal and to chill, because Monaco's mafia incited numerous people and institutions against me for months and months to destroy my whole existence only because I reported the truth. But this dangerous, sick psychopath Sandvoss and his weird girlfriend Kirp, dangerous informants of Monaco, made it impossible. Crime victims cannot heal when they cannot live in peace and when they're not able to turn the page at some point. This ongoing, never-ending, sick, evil persecution is unbearable. Again, for security reasons, I'm not registered in my country. My government always knows where I am, and I'm in constant contact with the police. As an investigative journalist, I even submitted a lot of cases already to the German police and the German courts to say thank you for protecting me so much in very difficult times, being in the claws of the most dangerous mafia on this planet. A few people were deported already from my country because of my precise detective work. And since nobody can find out my real address, and I have several mailboxes too, Sandvoss started to obsess over finding me. He never succeeded. He will never succeed. Sandvoss acts like a psychomaniac because he can't get what he wants. I can't even count anymore in how many German states he was trying to psycho-stalk me. First, he submitted a false claim against me in Freiburg, Germany. I never went to Freiburg. I have absolutely nothing to do with that town. Then he sent fraudulent court orders where nothing was checked out correctly to my French mailbox in Upper Monaco that is closed down already for years. And he then claimed delivered. I got these weird documents only years later. Totally absurd. Then he tried in Berlin. He falsely claimed that I was born in Berlin. I was not. I never had much to do with Berlin. He got more and more obsessed like a maniac to find me, and he then infiltrated himself into all kinds of Facebook, Instagram, etc. groups online where I participate, and he started to defame me then everywhere online publicly in these groups with false and dangerous claims by stalking me online over and over and over again. I blocked him as much as I could. He then recreated new profiles to stalk me again. Sandvoss is a total psycho. He's a dangerous psychopath. He then found this dangerous low IQ narcissist Thomas Graeber online because Graeber is listed as a finance fraudster and as a sex offender. Graeber has absolutely nothing to do with Monaco. He's a low-class, low-IQ peasant who lived all his life in a little village in Germany, and Sandvoss teamed up with him in Germany to incite him against me as well. How sick is that? Then by coincidence, Graeber knew somebody that I went to school with. Graeber then got the info of my 95-year-old heartsick father and then gave all of my high-profile father's info to this low-class, dangerous psycho dirtbag stalker Sandvoss, a dangerous informant of Monaco's mafia. My heart dropped. And Graeber laughed his butt off, him intentionally and severely endangering my very old and ill father's life. These people are sick. My highly sophisticated, very ill father was then stalked by this low-class psycho bastard Sandvoss with threatening letters and with dubious phone calls trying to bribe my family out of hundreds of thousands of euros with ongoing false claims. And this low IQ peasant Graeber, an amoral, dangerous narcissist without any empathy, who never got out of his little village and who speaks horrible low German, this low-class dumb peasant Graeber, with the help of his accomplice Wagner, started then to repeat Sandvoss' ongoing dangerous lies against me everywhere, on and offline. And Graeber himself also started to stalk my high-profile 95-year-old heartsick father with dubious phone calls. All this ongoing aggressive stalking and defamation puts my safety and the safety of my family non-stop in severe jeopardy. I had to put my whole family now under severe police protection because this dangerous psycho Sandvoss, Kilp and Graeber Wagner gang is dangerous and unpredictable. Also, my whole internet is currently hacked, and that for a while already, and my phones as well. The German LKA, the State Office of Criminal Investigation, is on it. These low-class criminal psychopaths won't get away with their evil plan to destroy me. And no, again, I don't work for Monaco Media like Sandvoss falsely claims. Severe abuse victims like me are not even allowed in Monaco Media's team. It is even written in Monaco Media's disclaimer that crime victims are not allowed in their team. Monaco Media only in quotation marks, supports us, Monaco abuse victims, and gives us an important platform for our Monaco abuse testimonies after checking all documents of proof. Monaco Media is a 100% accurate website which is solely based on truth, facts, and proof. They don't assume, they know after severe investigation. This psychopath, Sandvoss, is listed on Monaco Media in the folder Out Now International, with other dubious people who frequent Monaco. His ongoing dangerous smear campaigns against truthful journalists and severe abuse victims constantly endanger innocent people's lives. Graeber is listed under international warning for finance fraud and several sex offenses. Numerous claims against Graeber are with the police and the courts. He's also reported for serious insults and serious defamation. Numerous victims came forward. Again, this sick Graeber-Kilp and Graeber-Wagner gang desperately tries severe victim blaming now. It won't work. All our documents of proof, including important witness letters, are submitted to the police and to the courts against this criminal Sandvoss-Graeber clan. This serious, ongoing, dangerous stalking and defamation and severe abuse by Sandvoss and his girlfriend Evelyn Kilp, who even physically attacked me in Monaco before. I felt severe police reports against her as well, and in the courts. This ongoing severe abuse needs to stop. 5 years of ongoing defamation and severe stalking against me by Sandvoss and co. needs to stop. And now this low IQ, narcissistic, amoral peasant called Graeber and his accomplice Sabrina Wagner, that I don't even know, teamed up with dangerous psychopath Sandvoss against me. Wagner even insulted several journalists already. This constant smear campaign against me by these sick criminals needs to stop. I will continue to stand on the right side of history. Criminals won't silence me, and in case something happens to me, as we see, Monaco's mafia never sleeps. Again, like in my other videos, I will never kill myself. Suicide for me is not an option. In case something happens to me wherever I reside, Monaco is to blame. Since Monaco's mafia murdered my dog and almost killed me, I gave my buddy Robert Ehringer, a former FBI detective and a former spy of pirate Prince Albert of Monaco and others, the power of attorney over my life. I chose Robert because he's more hardcore than others. He's the most fearless. Truthful journalists are persecuted, illegally arrested, murdered. Lots of them disappeared without any trace all over the world. The statistics are frightening. They are severely persecuted just because they speak truth to power. We will continue the fight. We will continue to stand on the right side of history. Our undercover net is tight. When evil smashes me down, I get up again, and I will keep on running even faster. I'm a survivor. In loving memory of my baby Sky, my lovely French bulldog, my baby that was brutally murdered by Monaco's brutal mafia in teamwork with a corrupt, aggressive, and evil French police. Justice will prevail. Truth will win.